Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here. And yesterday we unboxed the brand new Galaxy S20 Ultra from Samsung. I can link to that below if you missed it. But today it is time to take a look at the new flip phone from Samsung, the Galaxy Z Flip. Really excited to try this phone out. I actually just went out and bought it. It was $1,380, so kind of a heavy price tag for it. But of course, you guys know I love tech. I love giving you my thoughts on it, so I figured I'd buy it, try it out. Also, we are really close to 600,000 subscribers. We're actually less than 1,000 subscribers away. So thank you guys for that support. Hopefully we can hit that number pretty soon. But let's get into the Galaxy Z Flip unboxing. Let's get right into it. The Samsung Galaxy Z Flip right here. And I do want to take a close look at that hinge on this phone, of course, and then, of course, quickly show you what comes in the box. So right away, a bit of a note from Samsung. You can go ahead and read it if you want, basically saying that the future changes shape with foldable phones. Pretty crazy that you do have a touchscreen that can fold in half. Of course, here is the Z Flip right here, care instructions. These are actually fairly important because with a new form factor and these foldables, you probably are gonna wanna take extra special care of it. So make sure you read through these if you decide to buy one of these. And something else I noticed on the back, it says when using a wireless charger, fold the device and place the center of the device's back on the center of the wireless charger. So it does recommend folding it before you wirelessly charge it. Setting the Flip to the side for just a second, looks like at the top of the box we have our booklets and other things. So opening it on up, we do have our SIM ejection tool right there. We have a quick reference guide, the getting started guides, and then of course, really nice that they included a case. And it is it's just a clear case. It is a two-part case, so it isn't actually connected, which kind of makes sense to snap on. So we'll snap this on as well once we get the phone all loaded up. Side note, there are some adhesives to kind of peel off, so make sure you do peel those off before you put it on the phone. Now this is fairly important and gives the buyer a bit of confidence. First of all, Galaxy Z Premier Service. Kind of interesting they say Galaxy Z Service. I think going forward, maybe the Fold 2 will be under the Galaxy Z name. We'll see if that actually comes true. Anyways, 24 hours Galaxy Z Concierge and 1 year screen replacement offer. So you do have to pay $120 plus tax, but they will replace your screen if it's within that year. Setting that to the side, looks like we do have a couple different things. First of all, looks like we have our travel AC adapter, which is USB Type A and not USB Type C. And then this is actually the switch. This is a USB Type A to USB Type C transfer switch. Here is your cable, USB Type A to USB Type C. And finally, some headphones come with it. It does say sound by AKG. This does not have a headphone jack. It has a USB-C slot to plug these headphones in. Inline controls, these are exactly the same ones that came with the Galaxy S20 Ultra. All right, let's peel these stickers off. Little slippery there. Actually feels like the phone's just a little slippery right off the bat. Kind of interesting. This is the black coloring. I did order the purple as well, but that didn't come in. Actually just canceled that order, so you are stuck with seeing the black here, but you'll see the way the light hits it, it does kind of reflect quite a bit. So let's boot this up for the first time, and while it boots up, I want to take a close look at the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. While it's booting up, you'll see on that front little screen, Galaxy Z Flip, so kind of neat that it does that. Let's go ahead and fold it for the first time. I'm actually just kind of excited. I know I've done this before, I did some hands-on earlier, but it's been a little bit, so there we go. Pretty satisfying to actually fold a screen like that. But of course, there are downsides to having a folding screen. It does have a bit of a bump on the front of that display. So down at the bottom, USB-C slot microphone, one of the speakers. On the right side, you have a fingerprint scanner, which also couples as a power button. So this is a physical button as well. Now you do have volume rockers up at the top. Nothing at the top except the microphone. Here is a look at the back with that dual camera system, wide angle lens and an ultra wide angle lens. Let's look at the front. You do have that earpiece, and then the display actually sets in a little bit on the outside, probably as to protect the actual device. So moving along down, you'll see fairly minimal bezels overall, and then there's a close look at that hinge. We could go ahead and close it for you. You'll see while closed, it does have a small screen on the front to show the time, some notifications, battery percentage, and then you do have a closer look at those two lenses. Finally, on the back, the Samsung logo, and when you open the phone, it will actually hide that logo. As always, let's skip through the setup process very quickly, only talk about anything noteworthy, such as that fingerprint setup. Now, there's also face unlock if you'd like to use it, but I do find that my thumb will rest fairly comfortably when the phone is opened on that fingerprint scanner right here. So that shouldn't be a problem, and you can also actually unlock it first when it is closed. So I will demonstrate that once we get it all set up, get a full scan, just make sure I'm getting the angles of my finger. You can add more if you'd like to. I'm not going to for now. Let's go ahead and finish up. All right, all done. And something I'm noticing, at least in comparison with the Fold, is that display feels more like glass for sure, not nearly as plasticky, feels more like a standard phone that you would use now. And as usual in my unboxing videos, would like to jump into settings, go through to not advanced features, to device care, and show off that storage. So 224 gigs out of the 256 is available. This is the unlocked variant as well. One thing I'm noticing when I scrolled right away is that you can feel that slight bump where the hinge is on your finger. So when you are scrolling, you will notice it. It'll take some time for me to get used to maybe. I'll let you guys know in future videos if I actually end up getting used to it. So this phone isn't made to be just opened or closed. So you'll see it's fully open right here, but then when you close the phone at about right there, so not quite at a 90-degree angle, it will actually stay and hold in that position. And then, of course, you could go ahead and close it a little bit more and angle it down if you'd like to, or put it directly at a 90-degree angle. So that hinge is pretty tight. It's going to hold that top screen at all of those various angles, similar to like a laptop will. And yes, you can just go ahead and close it. I found in my initial hands-on that it was a little difficult to get used to actually folding and it closed and open because of that hinge tightness. It's not just a loose thing that says, okay, let's flip it open. But I think over time, the more I use it, the more I'll probably get used to it. And you'll see when I do actually flip it open, I can go ahead and flip it open and then rest my thumb. It's in that right position to unlock the phone. And also there's even a way to do it while you are the phone's actually closed. So if I go ahead and just press it there and flip it open, you'll see it's already unlocked. So that's an option for you, but I think overall I'm just going to use the option of flip it open and rest my thumb on that fingerprint scanner. Quickly switch the wallpaper so you can see some colors on that display. And when there are colors, not just black or white, that hinge is much harder to see on the display. Generally, when this display gets a little darker or that light hits it, as you can tell, you can see it. But overall, if there's a lot of colors on the display, you really can't see that hinge. A new feature that's added in apps on the Flip is called flex mode. So essentially, if I start to flip this up, and you'll see I get a better angle on myself, it will just pop that viewfinder to the top half. And the bottom half, you have a bunch of different options. I can bump that down. You'll see that viewfinder will switch back and forth. Apps that do it currently are YouTube and Google Duo. So if you're in a video chat, you can kind of angle it up a little bit and you'll have other things on the bottom as well. Maybe see the person you're talking to. So that's kind of cool and neat, especially if you want to go ahead and, you know, set it on a table or something like that. Maybe back off and then go ahead and do something to your camera. It looks like it actually just recognized and auto took a picture of me. Let's go ahead and check out that picture. Oh, just gorgeous. Anyways, that's enough with the selfies. Let's go ahead and check out that case. So snapping it on the back here, and then it does have an opening on the back for the camera and that front screen, and very easy, actually just snapped on in. Seems very minimal overall, probably something I'm going to want to have on the phone just in case. And then a look at the bottom here, so you'll see the cutouts here for it. As expected, it does add a little bit of bezel on the outside, but it will protect the corners for you. And then closing it feels very similar. Opening it as well, there is nothing actually preventing me from sliding my thumb in between the screens to flip it on open. Finally, that front display, you can double tap to actually check the time. I think you can have it on at all times. Swipe over to see some of your notification icons there. I believe you could switch songs for music. If a notification comes in, it will actually preview it on this front display. A little small, I'll see if that becomes an issue. And then if you just go ahead and swipe on up, it takes you to your lock screen. So overall, that is my unboxing of the Galaxy Z Flip. Just gonna open it and close it a few times, give it a little force as well. Yes, you can go ahead and end calls by closing it. So drop a comment. Let me know what you think about the Z Flip, if you think it's something that you would use and actually buy, or if you think it's still a little too early to buy a flip phone. More content to come on the Z Flip. Full review coming very soon, so be sure to click that subscribe button. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.